Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. It's Wednesday, December 27th. And today, I just want to think a little bit about the upcoming turmoil the royal family will be facing in the new year as a result of some pretty damaging information that we're anticipating coming out early January. Well, I'm talking about what could be called Jeffrey Epstein's little black book. This is Ghislaine Maxwell alluded to it, although she's never given up any name. She's never spoken about it. But apparently, the judge in the previous case with Virginia Giuffre has decided that certain documents from the trial should be made public, should be released. And as part of that, we know that something like 157 names of prominent people are going to be released as having relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Who knows if those are, on the plane logs, which I've seen some of. It could, So anyway, and of course, Prince Andrew is, he's worried because no doubt he's going to be named. Who knows who else is going to be named? Who knows what other information is going to come up? So try as they might to diminish the impact of Andrew's problems on the royal family, they just keep popping up again. And there's an interesting twist that people are starting to catch on to now, which I was talking about over a year ago. I wish people would go back and look at my videos. Who's your daddy? Who is Marcus Anderson? The Soho House connection. Those videos regarding this kind of information, I lay it out to you a year ago, the connection and what's going on. And it's bemusing and irritating at the same time to me now when I'm seeing videos of YouTubers that are much more prominent than me putting this information out to all of their viewers, which, God bless them, I wish I had that many viewers. Not saying anything against them, but it's just, they're just figuring this out now. I had this put together a year ago, and so that, it's kind of irritating. I wish more people knew. So, right in the middle of this, before I even get started, like, subscribe, share this video, because it's important that this information get out. Now, here's the gist of it. Soho House is a private members club that is international in nature, and it caters to the very elite, and its menu of entertainments and services is quite vast. Pretty much, if you've got the money, they'll provide anything you want, really. And a lot of it is very seedy. Okay, Marcus Anderson, right back to the beginning. Who's your daddy, Marcus Anderson? Well, don't you know it's Prince Andrew? That's right, Marcus Anderson, head of recruitment for, and guests and all of that, for Soho House, is the illegitimate son of Prince Andrew. I laid that out in my video, Who is Marcus Anderson? Go watch it. Marcus Anderson, his mother was living in Peterborough, Ontario, going to a girls' school which was adjacent to the boys' preparatory college that Prince Andrew had been sent over as like a 17-year-old to, attend college in a Commonwealth country. You can look up all this information. Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. Just Google where did Prince Andrew go to school in Canada. He was there for 1 term, 3 months, and he was promptly hustled back to England. Nobody said another word of it. Well, people around here, as I live in southern Ontario, for years have known, basically he got a local girl pregnant. He was hustled out of the way. The girl was basically, her family was paid off to keep quiet. Marcus was raised quietly. Some interesting things. At 18, when Marcus graduated high school, he immediately moved to London, England. Why would just a kid from central Ontario move to London at 18? With no clear goal, he became a bartender and at Soho House, the original one in London, right? And now he's worked his way up, and it's this giant playpen for the elites. And he's in charge of guest services, basically, putting together the request with the talent. And that's where Meghan Markle comes in. We know a lot of talk of her being a yacht girl. We know what that is a euphemism for. And basically the speculation is that she was providing the same level of services at Soho House, and she became very good friends with Marcus Anderson, who facilitated putting her together with a royal. But the royal he put her together with wasn't Harry. First it was Andrew. Yeah, she knows about Andrew. And there's a good bit of speculation that Meghan had crossed paths with Jeffrey Epstein, because of course we know now that Jeffrey Epstein's main business partner, is the principal shareholder in Soho House. It's all connected. They all work and play together. And because they're elites, and that's what the elite do. It's a private club and we're not in it. But what they get up to, man, you don't want to be a part of that club. So yeah. So Andrew, we know the connection with Jeffrey Epstein. We've known for years, and that's not the only pedophile that Andrew befriended. Just who knew? Peter Nygard, he's now his one trial has completed in Canada, and he was found guilty. Even his sons testified against him. That's how rotten this guy is. And, Andrew and Fergie and the children have been to his island. Just an offside, Oprah. There's another connection to them all. She has doings with Soho House. She's been to Epstein's Island. She's been to Nygard's place in wherever the hell it was she was doing. I saw footage. Oh, I know what it was. He did have his private island, but he also had a home in Florida as well. And she was in Florida doing a show. You can find it online. I think I found it on YouTube. she's doing a show from a location in Florida, and for some odd reason, like, Nygaard's home was close to his Florida home, and she never went inside it or whatever during the footage of the show, but she was talking about it and pictures of it up on the screen, and I was in this. So, she wouldn't have mentioned it to the crowd if she hadn't visited. Why would you just randomly mention a rich guy in Florida if there was nothing going on? So it's ridiculous. I mean, so Oprah, we know about her too. But getting back to Meghan, so yeah, originally she knew Andrew. And I mean, there was a big clue to this during Virginia Giuffre's trial, because at the time, her lawyers, and I mean, this is part of the information that's going to come out in documents, but some of us already know this. Meghan Markle was in danger of being called as a witness in that trial because her lawyers wrote a brief about her connection to Jeffrey Epstein and Andrew and the whole thing. But at the time, the request was not approved by the bench because the judge, I don't know, for some reason ruled against, like it was not relevant or whatever. So although she was never called to testify and never named, that back and forth with the judge and the lawyers and that information was still logged in the court transcripts. So, it's there. Her involvement, the relevance of would-be calling her as a witness. So, I mean, it's all tied together. It's all together. And then now we come to find out, okay, second book with Omid Scobie, well, they had nothing to do with either one of them. Well, we know that they were feeding Jason Knopf information at the palace to feed to Omid Scobie. It came out in court, and she misremembered that whole email chain, and Harry even said, nobody can know that we're involved. That's what he said to Jason. So I mean, the whole thing's a crock, and we know with the new book, Endgame, we know just as much that her and Harry were involved. Talk about being involved with Omid Scobie. You know who else used to be involved with Omid Scobie? Marcus Anderson. Yeah. Omid Scobie is Marcus Anderson's ex-boyfriend. So you know how Meghan was introduced to Omid Scobie. It was Marcus again running the strings, like I've said before. He's Meghan's handler. And I've mentioned before about blackmail and how they may be holding a lot of this information over the royal family, so this is how they can kind of get away with what they want. And yeah, it's part of that, but I've come to realize that it's deeper than that. And I've kind of gotten into this before. As we know, the royal family is a big, powerful entity, structure, institution, all on its own. It's a powerful structure. The Commonwealth comprises a third of the planet, third of the population, and that's whom the king reigns over. And don't ever think that he doesn't have power. I have done lots of videos on the kind of power that the monarch actually has, even though, people don't think about that, but it's true. Now, we also know that Charles, being the conservationist that he is needy with the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab. They want depopulation. They want a reduction in everybody, the populace's lifestyle to, they're telling us it's to save the planet. We got to stop using fossil fuels, get a heat pump. We got to stop driving petrol cars, get a Tesla. You can't use single-use plastics are out, and you can't have a wood stove, and it's all about power and limiting our resources, okay? That's it. That's what they're all about. And the royal family is a part of this, and COP28, and oh my gosh, to save the, all 120 rich men fly to a private resort in their private planes so they can have private talks over fancy dinners of what they need to do to us to save the world, But their lives don't change. Their lives don't change. That's the hypocrisy about the whole thing. So, but anyway, before we get knee deep in that, just the connection we've got. So we go from Marcus Anderson, Soho House, Meghan, the royal family to the World Economic Forum. Now, even though the royal family are members of the World Economic Forum, both being large entities of control, in a way they're also competing against each other. And when you get to the top, all the unelected officials, the World Bank, the World Health Organization, World Economic Forum, all these things, these top entities that for quite a long time have been working in tandem, each doing their piece to tighten control over the populace. Well, now at the top, they're beginning to see that it's narrowing, and now they're fighting for control amongst themselves. So not only do the royal family pose a threat to your and mine autonomy, they've got threats on themselves coming from unlikely places to weaken them, because, if the royal family's taken out of the picture, the World Economic Forum perhaps can become more powerful. When you've got less competitors, you can seize more power. And this is one thing the monarchy's always known and lived by. And, they're at danger of being beaten at their own game by other such powerful forces that are all vying to run the world. That's the biggest conspiracy. And hey, it's Wednesday morning, and doesn't this sound nutty? But you know what? It's actually true. And so let's circle back and finish this off. Given all of that, we've got information coming out within weeks that could blow this wide open. Blow this wide open and do irreparable damage to everybody involved. With that, a couple of things could happen. Some people might unalive themselves. Some people might have terrible accidents. There's going to be fallout. And maybe not directly within the royal family circle, but of those named, we have to watch this, because watch as they drop. And then that'll be another confirmation for you that this isn't just all a lot of crazy bunkum thought up. I mean that this is actually true. So that's the important thing, is the information. Things are about to get real interesting, folks. Anyway, with that, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you're thinking. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.